going to be doing a comparison of 4 different foundations that I have been trying. The ones I'm going to be covering are the Matchmaster, the Makeup Forever HD High Definition Foundation, and the Chanel Vitalumiere, not the Vitalumiere Aqua, the regular Vitalumiere, Moisture Rich Radiance Fluid Makeup, and Diorskin Forever, which is Flawless Perfection Fusion Wear Makeup. First of all, let me tell you that for the past 6 months, probably 5 or 6 months, I have been searching for a new foundation that I can use every day. Drugstore brands driving me absolutely up the wall for various reasons. But I wanted to find a new foundation that I could use. I'd been using Lancome's Rénergie and sick to death of that too. So I've been on a hunt. The first one I purchased was the Makeup Forever. I went on to the Matchmaster, the Chanel Vitalumiere, and Dior's Forever. Okay, why don't I first show you what I've done. You'll be seeing me with only foundation on, with one foundation on one side, one on the other. I'll show you it in both sets of comparisons. I am wearing the Makeup Forever HD Primer, Micro Perfecting Primer in green underneath. They're both filmed the same day, within an hour or half an hour of each other. They're filmed in exactly the same setup. I have on moisturizer, and that's it. Oh, and the primer on both sides. So here you go. Okay, so on this side of my face here, I have the MAC Matchmaster foundation, SPF 15 in number 2.0. And I have the same amount of both foundations on either side of my face. So, okay, I'm not going to look at the video until afterwards. I'm sure as I'm looking at it now, I might feel differently about it when I look at the video afterwards. I often do. When I see it on camera, I feel differently about my foundation than what I do here. I'm going to talk to you about what I'm seeing, and also my experience from wearing these foundations. I've worn, like I said, I've worn all of these foundations a lot of times. And on this side of my face, I have the Makeup Forever HD High Definition Foundation in 115. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is pretty darn good coverage actually from the MAC Matchmaster. I really like the color that it has. It has a pretty decent finish. See, it's covering up my blemish that I have there from earlier in the week. It's got a nice flush color to it. I'm seeing these lines quite well. I'm obviously not wearing any concealer or anything like that, so you'll deal with my other issues. I'm just talking about the foundation and the finish. This side is covering well. I'm not seeing my lines as well as I do here from the Matchmaster. The color is paler, but that's a conscious choice by me. I do think this is more my natural face color. I think this looks better finish-wise. It has a little bit of a makeup-y sort of finish, I think, the Matchmaster. This has a softer, powdery finish. Okay, from wearing the Matchmaster, I find that the longer I wear it during the day, the more I like it. although I do find it slightly drying for my skin, and I do think it gives me a slightly yellower, when it oxidizes and does its matching thing, a slightly yellower feel. It doesn't make my skin feel very soft, but that's a comparison to the next two foundations, not to the one that I'm comparing it to right now. The HD, slightly sheer, I think. Doesn't cover all these bits here, but it doesn't go into my grooves as much as the Matchmaster does here. This tends to feel very drying on my skin after prolonged wear, and I'm not a fan of that, although I do really like the way this looks on camera usually, but I will look again and see. So that's those two. That's the Matchmaster versus on this, and I'm holding them on the sides of my face that they're on, the Makeup Forever HD. So there you go. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, obviously. Now for the Chanel versus the Dior. So on this side, I have the Chanel Vitalumiere, which also has an SPF of 15, and I have it in number 35, which is Soft Bisque. Why that's not focusing for you. Soft Bisque. So this side is glowing. It's again medium coverage. I mean, you can still see I haven't used any concealer. You can still see my blemishes from last week. Nothing looks dry here, and as a matter of fact, I almost feel like it looks a little too dewy. I feel like I look a little too glowing with this, although it feels ridiculously good on my skin. It feels moisturizing, it feels hydrating, it feels really, really nice and good on my skin. On the other side, I have Diorskin Forever in SPF 25, and it is in the shade 023, which is called Peach. It doesn't say anywhere on the bottle that it's called Peach, but it says on the box that it comes in. So the Diorskin feels like I'm wearing nothing. It seriously feels so lightweight, so good. Feels like I'm wearing absolutely nothing on my skin. It has a nice powdery finish, no glow, but at the same time feels, I mean, it just feels so good, like no makeup sort of good. I feel like the lines are more pronounced on this side than they are on this side. You can see it again here, and in my laugh lines, you can see it's settling in there, whereas there's no real settling in on this side. When my skin feels really dry, and as you can see here, the Diorskin leaves a little bit of flakiness on my nose visible. There's nothing like that on this side. They're very similar in color. The Chanel's maybe a little darker. I far prefer this finish. However, when my skin is feeling very dry, I will probably choose the Chanel over the Dior, just because it feels very, very nourishing. But I would probably use a powder, maybe a setting powder, whereas I feel absolutely no need for a setting powder with this Dior. So, how do they feel at the end of the day? The Chanel still feels amazing. The Dior feels amazing. That way they're incomparable. They're both very, very, very good. So that's those. I'll be back. Actually, I thought I'd show you, like, not so close to the mirror too. This is the Chanel side, and this is the Dior side, the Forever and the Vitalumiere. Not the Vitalumiere Aqua, just the regular Vitalumiere. Glowing. nice soft finish. I just prefer this side better. See, I'm looking a bit shiny on this side. No sort of, none of that on this side. So I just thought I'd show you in this light. Okay, so I have very dry skin. Occasionally I have oily spots in my forehead. Usually it's when I'm very dehydrated or very tired. But overall I have dry skin, and quite viciously dry skin. I live in a very dry climate. My skin is not as dry when I'm not in a dry climate, but I do live in a very dry climate. My favorite by far, after all this, if you hadn't guessed, is the Diorskin Forever. I totally love it. I'm looking at myself. I'm so sorry. I love the Diorskin Forever. I'll keep the others because, you know, I feel bad for throwing out makeup. You know, if they're still lying around in 3 months and I haven't touched them, then I will pass them on to my person. I don't throw them away. I pass them on to someone. Your skin, I mean, you might feel differently. You might like the dewy look, or you might like the Matchmaster, the way it had a slightly more sort of yellowy tone, I thought. But that's my opinion. That's a pretty honest comparison. And you can judge for yourself which one you liked better. Today I am wearing the Diorskin. Today I filmed the others like an hour ago, so it's still the same day. But with other makeup too, obviously. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know what you thought, okay? Feel free to comment below. I love getting comments. Thanks for subscribing and thanks for watching. Bye.